These days, it seems that all we want is that retro film style when we shoot video. The digital cameras we have today doesn't seem to offer that soft, grainy look we all know and love from the film days. There's just something about capturing that film vibe. But actually buying a camera that shoots film in today's quality, that will leave us broke. But I don't want those cameras. I have a great Sony a7S III filming me right now. I have my old Sony a7 III that takes amazing photos and video. And those big chunky video cameras, film cameras I mean, wouldn't be able to replace my Mavic 3, my Mini 3, or the GoPro. I don't think any film camera will be replacing a GoPro anytime soon. Oh no, your Arri Cinema camera! But there is a solution to all this that is much cheaper than buying an actual film camera. Dehancer Pro. Dehancer is a plugin that works with PremierePro, After Effects, Final Cut and DaVinci Resolve. And I gotta say, I'm very impressed with the results I get and how easy it is to achieve a great film look with just a few clicks. I have recently moved over to DaVinci Resolve to further my possibilities in color grading, and as you can see here, it's really easy to add the effect to any clip. I just add a new node and then I drag the Dehancer effect over to the clip. Now you will see an effect straight away, but don't worry, this isn't the final result. Inside Dehancer, I usually set the source to choose camera, and then Dehancer has a lot of options. I go down to Sony, because this was shot on the Sony a7S III, so I go down here and you see a7S III, and then I select S-Log Gamut 3 ISO 640, because this was shot in the middle of the day, and if I was shooting at higher ISO than 640, I don't know what I was doing. As soon as you have your camera selected, Dehancer will add the Rec 709 LUT to your footage. Just below that, you'll find your list of film stocks. You enable them and then you can select any of these you want. Now, I don't have a lot of experience shooting on film stock, but a lot of these emulations look pretty good to me. You can cycle through and try out any one you like, but I found that different stocks work for different shots, which in turn means that if your footage is shot in the middle of the day, then you might want to choose the Kodak Vision 250D for daylight. Or if your shot is shot in the middle of the night or late at night, then you might want to choose a Kodak Vision 500T for tungsten. This implies that if you're already used to shooting photos or video on film, then you will have a lot of fun and a way easier time than me using this plugin. But for me, it actually means that I have to dive deeper into the arts of film photography to better understand how film works. They also work well for footage shot on my Mavic 3 Cine. I love how this clip gets a really retro feeling when I use one of the film emulations on it. Even my Mini 3 Pro can handle these film emulations, as seen here in this footage of an old Stavanger that now looks like it was shot in the 60s, 70s maybe? Now, does it work in GoPro footage? Because I see GoPro footage online all the time and it looks so amazing, but I can never seem to get a hang of it. It's either blown out or muddy. I got this clip here of Lisa on a zip line, and if I go over here and add a node and then drag the Dehancer Pro onto that node, you'll see that Dehancer doesn't actually have its own GoPro footage or camera. So what I found is that if I go to DJI and select Action 2 and then do Desyn-like, it actually works pretty well on the GoPro, which is interesting. And now you see that this clip actually looks like Lisa had a film camera with her while doing the zipline, which is impressive. Another great thing about Dehancer is that you can do a lot of adjustments to how your film stock is affecting your footage, similar to how different processes would affect your footage when developing film. And all of these settings can be toggled on and off in the menu. Now, even if you don't like the film look, Dehancer Pro has a lot of tools you can play with when you're working on your footage. I feel that digital cameras these days are a little bit too sharp sometimes and just too digital. But a great way to fix that is to just add a little bit of grain to your footage. Dehancer's tool here works perfectly and you can adjust it to your liking. One of the best effects inside Dehancer Pro is the halation effect. This effect will add a soft reddish glow around any strong light sources and really make the footage pop, in my opinion. Another effect that I love is the bloom effect. This effect adds a soft glow around strong light sources and spills over into the rest of the image, making the footage softer and more pleasing to the eye. I will have to explore this plugin a lot more and see what I really can achieve with it, but I'm happy to say that if you want to try it out yourself, then there is a 2-week free trial when you download the plugin the first time. Also, with my code PeterHedlund, you can save 10% when you want to buy the plugin. This code works on all the software you can buy at Dehancer.com, including plugins for Lightroom, Photoshop, and other similar apps. What am I missing from Dehancer? Other than the fact that there is no camera profile for the GoPro or the Mini 3, I don't see any big problems. It's easy to use, there's a lot of settings you can play around with, and if you're unsure what different settings do, then they have their own blog where they go into detail and explain everything perfectly. And that's how I learned how to use Dehancer Pro. Thank you to the people at Dehancer for letting me test out their plugin. Now it's your turn to go and check them out, and the link is just below here. Now if you're sitting there wondering where you can see more of the amazing footage seen here today, then I recommend checking out this video from my road trip in Norway. And if you're wondering about the reindeers, check out this one. See ya!